Hello and welcome to a new episode of Darkness London. I had to remember which game this is. So today we are joining a group of Garu on the Sept of the Hunter's Dale. It's probably the sun has just gone down. It's evening. The air has that cool, sort of very, very cold vibe it has this time of year in the British Isles. There's a light mist hanging on the ground, and it's generally got that atmosphere of anticipation, like it's waiting, like everything is holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. On the Sept itself, there are a number of guru bustling about, as there usually are about this time. There's hunting patrols going out for those that wish to hunt. There's kinfolk cooking, and it's got a very communal atmosphere in the Sept of the Hunter's Dale. And I will allow you guys to intro from here.
Let's probably wondering about the Sept, probably discussing things with some different Shadow Lords, especially after the shit show that was the first moot with that one dig-a-bag Shadow Lord who proved himself to be kind of a little bitch. Probably just kind of wandering about, seeing what's been going on, what needs done, etc., etc. How the local spirits are, because, Thea kind of needs to know that. Yeah, she's just kind of wandering about.
Thomas will be actually out on one of the training fields with a archer's target set up and be firing off some arrows out of his newly built bow.
Let's be honest, Lily is probably being a computer and not talking to any of you fools.
So, you guys, there would have been a howl that went up over the Sept to communicate the rumor that was given earlier. Olivia, being a glasswalker, would have gotten a text about it. Along with anyone else who has a phone on the Sept. But there also would have been a howl about it. The text would also have included the directions.
He'll lean his bow against a tree and check his phone and see that his service provider sucks as usual, and he's only now getting the text. We'll go over and put his bow away into a big rectangular, what looks kind of like a guitar case, but a little bit thicker, and put a quiver of arrows in there and close it up and head off towards the location for the gathering.
Okay, it is inside the city, so it is a nightclub.
All right, he'll go grab the Jeep that he's temporarily borrowing from his dad's garage.
Our little hear the howl. She typically doesn't bring Weaver Tech onto the Sept because it seems like some people are touchy about it. But yeah, she'll one second, I'm sorry.
I gotcha.
Yeah, she'll kind of make her way off Sept a little bit, where she has this little kind of, I guess, like hollowed out grove or hollowed out like tree or something where she kind of keeps her stuff, the stuff that would be kind of shady if you brought it on Sept, if that makes sense. And she's just gonna call an Uber. Like, she's gonna have to pick her up much further away from the Sept, obviously. But yeah, that's her plan. Or Lyft, or whatever, taxi, just some form of thing.
Yeah, you could probably just wave down Thomas.
She doesn't know Thomas.
He's known on the sept.
She hasn't met him.
Olivia's just gonna get hold of her kinfolk contact, the one that's in the British Mafia, and be like, "Hey yo, can't get a lift to this place."
Your contact will respond with, I can't do it, but I can get you an Uber. I'm a little busy right now dealing with some issues.
She'll say, "That's okay, that's all I need to know, don't tell me anything."
You'll get a thumbs up emoji. And maybe 20 minutes later, the Uber will arrive. It's not too far outside of the city, but it is outside of the city proper, the park. You all three make your way into the city fairly easily. Traffic's a little heavier than you would expect at this time of night, but nothing, where it would be necessarily unusual. And you all three make your way to a small little nightclub in kind of an out of the way place. Like normally you would expect a nightclub to be in, like the area where we have all the restaurants and where we get a bit more traffic. But this restaurant is in the business, or not restaurant, this nightclub is in the business district. It's a very nondescript building from the outside. It's just a plain, square white building that's divided into two establishments. The establishment on the left is a little tea shop. And the establishment on the right just has a very plain sign over the door. It's very, very large in spiky font that says "The Pale Maiden Nightclub." And there's a bouncer at the door. But there's not a line.
Olivia walks up to the door. Stop.
The bouncer will stop you and say, "Do you have a reservation?"
I got a text message.
The bouncer kind of tilts his head to the side. So you're invited by someone inside?
Yes. She'll
Okay.
pull up the text message and tell him who sent it.
Yep. He will. Once you say the name Marion Oldsberg, he nods really quickly and says, "Oh, my apologies, ma'am," and he unhooks the thing for you to go in. He'll wave to Olivia as she walks in.
Yeah, Thomas will climb out of the Jeep and head in, show the invitation as well.
Yeah, the bouncer kind of gives Thomas a bit of a sideways look, but he lets him in once he gets the invitation.
Or we'll just walk up and say, yes, we'll meet here by insert the name here. I'm sorry, Joey.
You're good. Marion Oldsberg.
Marion Oldsberg. Okay.
He will nod and unhook the little rope, keeping people from walking in to allow Arlette to enter. So, gotcha. When you guys enter the club, it is a pretty standard, sort of quote unquote goth nightclub. If you've ever seen Queen of the Damned, the nightclub in that is a really good visual idea. It's got a dance floor that's very obviously in the center. It's got a counter to one side with the bar. A couple of bartenders are working. There's more private tables on the opposite side of the dance floor from the door. And the song that is playing as you guys walk in, I'll put it in the side chat. That's what's playing as you guys walk in. And there's a couple people out on the dance floor dancing, but it's still fairly early in the night for a clubbing scene or anything like that. So it's still fairly empty.
Yeah,
Well, let's
Thomas.
just go. Or, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, Ian. My bad.
No, that's go ahead.
Alright, let's just kind of walk up to the bar, hop up onto the seat. She's not really actively trying to get the bartender's attention or anybody's attention necessarily, but she is taking this as a moment to kind of look around, see like who all is there, what's happening, etc.
Gotcha. The bartender, since it is a fairly quiet night, the bartender will come over very quickly. He's a very, I don't want to say preppy, but for this place, he'd be considered preppy. He's just wearing white button-up, slacks, that sort of really popular hairstyle that teenagers have. So a lot of times with like floofy hair. And he'll walk up to Arlette and say, "Anything I can get you, ma'am?" in a very noticeable Cambridge accent.
I'll just have a Bloody Mary, please.
Coming right up, and he'll walk off to make her drink.
Olivia, recognizing Arlette from the big old boot, she'll walk up, sit down next to her. So you get the text message too?
Wait.
I don't know who this person is.
Who did she was the proposed alpha for the last one? Or he, sorry, because Marion's a dude, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, okay.
Can I roll intelligence to know a little bit more about this Miriam dude?
Roll intelligence politics. And add 4 dice to it because of his glory rating.
Oh, nice.
I do not have any politics.
Because of the glory rating, I'll let you roll it anyways, because you could conceivably have heard stories about him through, hearing of his deeds.
Yeah.
Just standard difficulty?
Standard difficulty.
Okay, I got nothing.
I should probably actually be on the dice roller too, now that I think about it.
Trusting people is A-okay, but it doesn't hurt to have a second.
Yes.
Is that 8, right? First one is Kim's roll.
Kim?
It said standard difficulty?
Yes, standard.
Straight failure. And,
Nope.
And then Arlette, you said we can even if we don't have politics because of his glory rating?
Yes, that is correct.
Alright. Sorry, I was adjusting my seating position so I could more easily type.
I gotcha.
Holy crap.
Arlette knows everything about this guy.
The person without the politics.
So, Marion Oldsberg is the alpha of the group of, or the quote-unquote alpha of the group of glasswalkers that have been kind of feeling unwanted at the sept of the Hunter's Steel. They feel it's far too rural of a sept, and it doesn't really cater to what they feel their mission to Gaia, their duty to Gaia is. He is a rank 3 Theurge, so he's not the highest rank. He's just an Adrian, but he has some deeds under his belt. Notably, he once engaged in a very... The Glasswalkers say it was a very intense. Most other guru kind of have to take their word about it. Hacking sort of competition with a leech that he apparently won after 3 days straight of being on his computer hacking. He is known to be very good with rights. He has a lot of rights that he knows, including it's rumored that he knows the right of the cairn and right of birthing the cairn. So he is often approached by a guru seeking to learn rights. You know that he owns the nightclub, the Pale Maiden, and that's how not only the Glasswalkers, but the Sept of the Hunter's Dale gets a lot of the human money that it needs. And you would also know that he's been kind of putting tendrils out to look for a place in the city to start his own sept.
Thomas is going to have a seat next to the person with the Shadow Lord pure breed.
That would be Arlet.
Yep.
She'll just kind of give him the sup nod and take a sip from her Bloody Mary.
He's going to return the nod and order something strong, probably a whiskey.
Bartender will slide it down to you.
He'll catch it. He'll place the money on the bar for it as it's slid to him.
Bartender will take it. Give him a wink.
He doesn't seem to notice the wink.
So you guys aren't even sitting for 2 minutes before a man in a security uniform, which for this nightclub is just blue jeans, a black shirt with security on the back, and a headset. Sorry, I had to think of the word. And a headset walks over and asks the three of you to follow him.
Request. She'll carefully stand as opposed to.
Arlet's got overconfidence, so even if this guy's leading them to a trap, she's pretty sure he'll end up okay out of it. So she'll go ahead and follow him.
Yeah, Thomas will follow as well.
Okay. So she leads you, or not she, the dude leads you back past the dance floor, past the more private tables, and back into the office area. You pass what is obviously the employee break room, which actually is set up fairly nicely. Like, it's got like really nice chairs you can see as you pass by. It looks like altogether a pretty good place to chill out. And he takes you back into the offices themselves. There's just 3 or 4 offices, but he's taking you to the main one where you can see sitting behind a large mahogany desk going through some papers is this man. And he looks up as you guys enter, kind of just gestures for the 3 of you to sit. There's several chairs in the room of all kinds, from a nice little wooden rocking chair to a really big and plush armchair.
Thomas will sit in the plush armchair.
Arlet will, before sitting down, extend a hand to the man and say, Monsieur Oldsberg, I presume?
And he will stand and shake her hand and say, yes, that would be me. And you are...
Arlet Boyclair.
A pleasure to meet you, Arlette. Please sit down.
Yes. Sorry, Thomas will, after a moment, step over and offer his hand.
He'll take Thomas's hand and shake it. And he kind of just raises an eyebrow and says, I would ask for your introduction, but your blood and your bearing makes that overtly clear. Please sit.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to meet you, by the way.
The pleasure is all mine. Says in a very dry voice.
He'll sit down and cross his legs.
So she'll kind of look up a little bit ashamed. I'm pretty sure all I had to say is my deep name for you to recognize me.
He'll kind of look over at her and say, "Oh, I recognize you, Olivia. I've been watching you. You show quite a bit of promise with rights. So."
Well, yeah, but that's still really creepy.
He kind of just gives her this look of kind of amusement before gesturing for her to sit down as well.
I mean, like, yeah, she'll take a seat, but
Full Steve down. So, I understand you were looking for some new blood in order to help set up and defend a sept.
Yes, and he says as he sits down. That is what I put up the call for. There are several locations that we've been looking at that have high spiritual activity that potentially are signs of a nascent cairn. The problem is they're all here inside the city, and I don't have enough free hands to investigate all of them. So I was hoping I could get some young, adventurous gurus such as yourselves to help me out with my problem, if you get my meaning.
Did you have any locations that you knew would work already that we could start at?
There was one, but there was a bit of an incident there, and that's one of the reasons I don't have many hands free.
An eyebrow will quirk from Thomas. What kind of incident?
I think
He'll
he's
look over.
the news and she'll just pull up a newspaper on her phone.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I think he's talking about the news. So just pull up the newsfeed on her phone where the Chinatown is in absolute chaos right now.
And he will nod. That and the area immediately nearby has been having an upswing in worm taint. Many of my warriors are dedicated to searching out why it is suddenly growing far more worm tainted. The next location that we have is he actually pulls out a map of the city and sets it down, smooths it out, is here. And he'll tap a spot on the map. It's probably a good half an hour, 45 minutes walk from where you guys are. Maybe shorter drive. Depending on how traffic is, of course. That's in a residential district, actually. And it appears to be like a little I'm sorry, I'm missing the words. It's like a little apartment complex.
Okay.
And he says, we have had quite a bit of luck in finding spiritual confluences, I guess would be the right word, around this building. However, due to the fact that there's a human apartment complex on it, we believe that the cairn, the nascent cairn, may be underneath the actual building. So there's some problems inherent in that one. Although I'm sure a resourceful group could get around that, of course.
Yeah, when he says that, Thomas takes out his cell phone and starts taking notes.
he'll kind of raise an eyebrow at that, but he won't comment, and he will tap another spot on the map, which is probably a mile away from the spot that he last pointed out. And he will say, "This is the other possible location that I would like you to investigate. It's a little residential park, nothing too special, but there have been reports of pets going missing and some other occurrences that combined with the fact that we have most certainly detected free-flowing gnosis in the area, in the Umbra, indicates that that's a very likely possibility that there is a nascent cairn here. I'll leave it up to you which of the two you'd like to investigate first."
Quick question, when's the last time you were on set as a Hunter's Tale?
He kind of seems taken aback by the question, but he says, "Maybe a week ago or so. I had a meeting with Scarlet that I had to attend."
You know about the Karen Hart, right?
Out of character, I don't know what you're referring to.
It's the Karen Hart that Ash and Arlette brought from Hong Kong, since Hong Kong fell.
Okay. I'll kind of say, the Karen Hart that you brought from Hong Kong?
Do we?
Yes, I've heard about that. I have several of my more junior Theurges working on trying to figure out if we could implement that into the cairn that we're looking to open, or whether doing so could have repercussions in the spirit world. They're busy investigating that.
Joyce,
He leans back. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say I sent you a Facebook message what I'm doing with the cell phone.
He will just lean back in his chair and kind of watch the group.
Thomas looks over at them, at the other two, and goes, "Well, I don't know about you two, but I'm kind of curious about the place that pets seem to be disappearing into. That could be a issue separate, as well as with the possibility could be two birds with one stone."
It's definitely something that we should check out. And given what it could be, I feel like that is the more pressing place to investigate at this moment.
And then Marion will nod and say, "Very well. Whenever you're ready, feel free to head over and check it out. You're welcome to stay here and finish your drinks if you'd like first."
He'll nod and he'll finish his drink. Not drinking it fast, but not drinking it slowly either. He doesn't want to get drunk, but he doesn't want it to go to waste either. So
Alice just gonna keep sipping at her Bloody Mary.
Then if you guys are clearly going to finish your drinks, then the bouncer or the security will come back and lead you guys back to the main room, since Marion appears to be rather busy at the moment.
Thomas will take one more look at the map that he was mentioning just to get the bearings straight on the where they're going, and well, getting his bearings straight on both of them actually.
Okay. And then you guys are free to talk or whatever while you guys are finishing your drinks. Just let me know when you're ready to head to the first location.
Should go in one car, don't you think?
Might make it a little easier.
I got a vehicle out front.
Okay.
Fine by me. Can do a proper introduction of the car.
Sure. Yeah, he'll put down the empty glass and stand up and straighten his jacket.
My little put down her Bloody Mary. She's drank all of it at this point, so really just an empty cup. Pop up, that's her jacket.
Quick question. Ian can't remember. Is it customary to leave tips in England?
I don't believe so.
No,
And
people
most-
actually get paid minimum wage.
Yeah, and in most places in Europe, tips aren't a thing.
Okay. I couldn't remember. It's been 21 years since I've been in England.
I don't think tips are a thing.
And he'll lead them out to a hunter green old well, it's not an old, well, it's a classic Jeep, hunter green classic Jeep, YJ. So it has the soft removable top, but the top is on it right now. Mostly because of the weather patterns that it's been in the Isles lately.
Yeah.
In the back, there seems to be what looks like an overly thick guitar case.
Arlet'll just wait for him to unlock it and then Ben.
Yeah, he'll hit the little fob on his keys to unlock it. Climb in. Climb on in.
I'll call trucking.
I was already moving towards the back. Like space. Even though she's short.
He'll get in and check his notes and look at the GPS and then put the phone away. And he'll start driving.
So, just so we were all aware, I'm Arlet Blacklight, also known as House with Thunder, Shadow Lord Foster, Theurge, born on 2 legs.
Pleasure. I am Thomas Saint Germain of the Silver Fangs of the Saint Germain family. I am a rune born to 2 legs.
Elizabeth. So the rest of the drive is fairly uneventful. You guys just make your way over to the residential park. Yes, that's the right word I'm looking for. You guys make your way to the residential park. There's parking outside of it. It's very small. It's like the type you have where you have like 2 or 3 apartment buildings next to each other surrounding it, and it's kind of like in the middle. It is fenced off, and the lock is unlocked, so you guys can enter the gate easily.
Kind of just, I don't know, you guys, this kind of smell Turkish to you.
It's a little sketchy.
Oh, one of the swings when you guys like enter, you like get out of the vehicle. You notice one of the swings is swinging.
Do we see anybody?
Make a perception alertness check.
Okay.
Just a note. Thomas is grabbing the case from the back of the Jeep.
Okay.
Is it standard difficulty, Joey?
Yes. I'm gonna go standard difficulty.
Okay, so you said perception alertness?
Yes.
First one is mine. I got 3 successes. I've also got 3 successes.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. So everybody can see that there's no other people in the park, little park area. The only other things really of note are the very large tree that is in the center of the park. Like this tree, its canopy is big enough. It's an old willow. Its canopy is probably big enough to cover about half the park area, with shade during a sunny day. And then there's an old shed that looks like a janitor's shed that's locked up in the corner.
So he looks at the other two, looks at the swinging, looks at the janitor's shed, and looks at the big tree. You know, I think I've seen a horror movie start this way.
Let's just gonna get a sniff and do a little bit of a sense work.
Great.
Yeah, same.
Roll it. It is going to be difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6.
Not a botch, just a failure. My running gag of my worm-hating characters failing on sense worm continues.
Well, I managed to get 1 success.
There's actually, it's very difficult to pick up any worm taint in the area. Like that sort of sick, greasy feeling that you get when you sense worm taint. It's very faint. Like there's obviously some because you're in the city, but it's a lot fainter than you would expect.
Thomas's eyebrow raises. That's unusual. Worm taint's not quite as high as normal.
Perhaps it has something to do with the potential Karen site.
Well, nod. I'm going to try to peek across.
Yep. The gauntlet here is 9.
Holy crikey. Just a straight fail.
Okay. So you attempt to, kind of center yourself in that state where you can peek across the gauntlet, and essentially it pushes back and you lose the concentration that you had.
He stumbles back a step. Christ.
You okay?
gauntlet rating is insane.
Alright,
Always do a slow cross.
it'd be best to take across first, which I believe is what he's trying to do.
Oh yeah, it's not working though, is it?
I'll give it a shot.
Yep.
Prognosis, difficulty 9.
Yes.
9. Ugh. I actually botched. Fuck.
So you were just trying to peek across, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens is as Arlette attempts to center herself and find that inner peace, her phone buzzes with a notification from BuzzFeed about top 10 guitar solos that she'll want to hear, and it causes her to lose her concentration just at the moment where she would have been able to peek across into the gauntlet, and she ends up seeing the spirit world and the mortal world at the same time, but one from each eye where they're overlapping.
She's just gonna do a small glare to her phone and grumble about having never followed BuzzFeed, and yet they keep sending her fucking notifications.
So for the rest of the scene, at least until you guys are out of the park, you're gonna have a +1 difficulty on mental actions due to the strain of having to focus on two separate perceptions at the same time.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, makes sense. Arlette's just going to look at the others and say, well, I can kind of see across.
What are you seeing?
I'm seeing both planes overlapped. One in each.
Yeah, are you seeing anything unusual?
She's going to close the eye that is seeing the regular world.
Okay.
See if that helps.
It helps a little. Like it's still very hazy and indistinct, but you can see. There's very few spirits in this area. There's really only the spirits of the trees and the objects in it. There's very few even wind spirits. You notice the tree in the center has a very large spirit nestled where it is in the umbra, and the shed isn't there in the umbra. Instead, it's a hole that's angled like a tunnel downward.
Not many wind spirits. That tree is a very old spirit. And that shed isn't there. There's just a hole, angled like a tunnel.
Okay, that's unusual.
Let's go check it out. And she's gonna go open the door to the shed.
The shed is locked.
I have right of the open seal on it.
We're gonna open seal.
Yeah.
Let me see. Does that require a roll?
I think
Yes.
it does.
Roll gnosis.
Does it have?
Sorry.
Let's go to Wormfoe. It's usually really good about that.
It says difficulty local gauntlet. If the object is sealed with magic, you must fail gnosis before making an attempt. Is it sealed with magic?
No, so it is just regular.
Alright. Roll me. Where is it? 4 dice.
Okay. It is the 9.
However, can I spend a willpower on this?
I'll say yes. I'll allow it.
She got 2 successes with the willpower.
So it takes a second, but as she's fiddling with the lock, it pops, and then the lock that was holding the chains that were keeping the shed closed fall.
She actually looks very proud of herself when you tell her that. you.
Well, I'm not even going to like stay for the thank you. She's just gonna start heading into the shed.
How big is the shed?
Oh, it's big enough that the three of you and Hamid can fit in it pretty snugly.
Snugly. Okay. Yeah. Thomas isn't going to, if they're both heading in, Thomas isn't really going to go in as much as just poke his head in. Because, at least then people can move around a bit.
Okay. So inside the shed is just a bunch of tools in boxes. There's some shelves with more tools and gardening supplies on them. Looks like a pretty standard shed, honestly.
Can I do a perception investigation for maybe like a trap door or like a basement door or something like that?
Yes, go ahead and roll it. It's gonna be standard difficulty.
Okay. And you said it was a +1 difficulty to elemental, since I'm seeing both things.
Yes, that is
Alright.
correct.
I got 1 success. You wanna...
Okay. With 1 success, it takes a hot minute, but as Arlette is shifting boxes around and everything, she slides 1 box over and hits like as she there doesn't appear to be anything there, but as she steps over to go to the next box, it makes a sound that's distinctly not like dirt. It sounds like wood.
And as that happens, because I've got a acute sense hearing, I'll point that out in case they didn't catch it already.
Well, let's just kind of start trying to clear that little area, see if there's like a door or a handle, or if they're just gonna have to like break some boards or something.
It's heavy, but if she makes a strength roll, she might be able to open it.
Okay. One thing, Joey. I don't know if John ever got to it, but I did spend for strength 3 last month. It just never got updated.
Oh, yeah, I can update that real quick.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and roll with a 3.
All right. And I also got a couple other things on there, but those aren't super important right now. Is it standard difficulty?
Let's go 7.
7? Okay. That makes sense. So that's kind of short. Not much leverage. I got 2 successes, though.
Awesome. So, she grasps the little handle and tugs, and it takes a minute, but pretty soon she is able to get it open enough where its own weight lets her kind of just guide it open, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
And there's just a dark hole going straight down underneath it.
She's going to carefully step around the hole, poke her head out, and say, I found a secret entrance. Secret tunnel, I guess.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I will say it's not very wide. It's only just wide enough for someone to go down it, vertically. I think it's vertically, yeah.
Are you sitting next to the hole?
She poked her head out of the shed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I might go investigate it, but I probably have to make a thing to not fall in it.
Yes.
With my flow. I have 3 dice.
That's standard, right?
Yeah.
Got 3 successes.
How far?
thank God.
How far in can I see with my sense of sight being heightened?
You can't see any further than anyone else. It appears it's not it's darker than it should be. You can tell that.
Okay. So I should be able to see more. It's not letting me see more.
Yes.
I will point that out.
Alright. So if my arm goes missing, I'm gonna replace it. And she sticks her arm in the hole.
There's nothing like grabs her arm or anything. It's just like that slightly cool, still air that she sticks her hand down into, of something that hasn't been opened in a while.
Is there a flashlight in the shed that I can see when I poke my head in?
Make a perception investigation roll.
I do not have investigation, so I cannot make that roll.
Okie dokie.
Can I make the roll?
Yes. As long as you have investigation, you're good.
And it was standard starting off, right?
Yes.
Got 3 successes.
Awesome. It takes a long time, but eventually you find a old lamp that has oil in it that looks like it hasn't been used since the 1900s, just from the dust on it.
She'll look for something to light it up.
Oh, there are matches in there. They're pretty
Okay.
easy to find.
She'll cautiously light it up because she's not used to lighting this kind of lamp.
Okay. It lights up fairly easily. Oh. Yeah. There's you have a lamp now.
Nice. Huh. Shall we descend?
Sure. I'll go first if you want.
Would you like the lantern?
Sure.
She'll hand over the lantern.
I think both of you might want to step out so I can get in a good climbing position.
Our little shrug and step out of the shed.
I'm assuming it's a Dex Athletics.
Yes. You're gonna have, because there's no ladder, and it's barely wide enough for you to fit in with your arms by your side, so you're gonna have some difficulty with the lamp.
Okay, what's the difficulty going to be?
8.
All right, I'll spend a willpower.
Because you're okay. Because you're essentially going to be trying to climb down one with no ladder.
Yep. That would be 4 successes with the willpower.
Okay. You climb down about 10 feet, and the light reveals that it's literally just a tunnel downward. There's no tunnels branching off or anything. But when you set your feet down on the bottom, you do hear a distinctive crunching noise as you set your feet down on the bottom.
I will look down with the lamp.
It's littered with bones, like animal bones.
Okay. He'll yell up that, watch out, watch your feet. There's animal bones down here if you're coming down.
You would know there's no room for anyone else to come down here. They'd have to literally be standing on your head to do so.
Oh, it doesn't. It's just it's just a bottom. There's no.
Yes, there is no tunnels branching off from it or anything.
That's just a hole.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Never mind. There is no way. He's going to test the ground around him to make sure there's nothing hidden.
Yep. Make perception alertness roll.
Okay. Which sense? Oh wait, never mind. I'm covered on all of them. Never mind. I forget that sometimes.
Are you going to use your hand or your foot?
Both.
Okay. You'll get the -2 then.
-2. All right, so. Just straight failure.
So you feel around with your foot. You bend over to feel around with your hand. You can't really feel anything other than animal bones. The one thing you would note is that you don't feel any dirt as you're riffling down. Like the bones are stacked that high.
That's unusual to him. He's going to continue searching because that's unusual. That deep, yeah.
Okay. Roll again at +2 difficulty.
I got 1 success.
Okay. With 1 success, you are able to find the bottom, but you don't find anything other than, a skull that's just shaped about right enough to be like a snake skull or something along those lines.
The gauntlet any lighter down here?
You don't know until you try.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay. Are you gonna try stepping across, or
I'll peek first.
Okay. And I have to put this in the house rules, but I am gonna be using. You're gonna need a reflective surface to cross.
Okay, I'll just take out myself. Oh well, then is the glass on the lantern good enough?
Yes, that will work.
Okay. And what's the difficulty?
9.
Oof. Yeah. No, just straight fail.
Okay, you don't manage to peek across.
All right, he will slow cross then. I'll spend a gnosis and do a slow cross.
We're not using that house rule.
Oh, okay. Then I'll spend a willpower and cross then.
So, as you spend your, as you push your way through the gauntlet with sheer force of will, you pop across the gauntlet and you are immediately stuck. You are in what appears to be a pit filled with webs crisscrossing around it that descends far, far deeper than the hole in the physical world did. And crawling all along it are mechanical spiders of various sizes and types. And at the bottom of this much deeper and larger hole is a glowing green pulsing object. Up above, Olivia and Arlette just see the light vanish. That's all you guys see.
Why did you do that without telling us?
Deep sigh.
I mean, okay. She's gonna step outside of the shack and make a perception alert to see if there's anybody around.
Go ahead and roll it.
What?
4 successes.
Nice. 4 successes.
Okay. There's nobody around. There aren't even any surveillance cameras on this park. So you're completely good.
What's this shed look like in the Umbra?
In the Umbra, it's just the tunnel.
Okay,
Like
that's right.
if you meant like inside of it, it's
Yeah.
just the tunnel going downward. But there is noticeably like sticky substance on certain spots on the wall. Like if you go up to it and touch it, like it has that weird motion of sticking to your hand but not.
Gotcha. Have a mirror?
She has her cell phone.
Will cell phone work for stuff in sideways, Joey?
Yes, as long as the screen isn't on and you have some sort of light to make it reflective.
She'll pull out her own cell phone and shine the light onto her cell phone.
That'll work.
Technology.
Right?
I'll go follow after.
Sorry, I just copied what you said.
So, I'll go ahead and spend a willpower, but I'll go ahead and do the roll to try and get more successes if that's cool.
Okay.
Since time is of the essence, it seems. Alright, with the willpower, I got 2 successes.
Okay, so it's not necessarily difficult. Like it takes probably a minute and a half, but Arlette manages to step, sideways through the phone, and it looks really weird to Olivia because she essentially sees Arlette stare at her phone, slowly leaning closer until her nose touches her screen of her phone and goes into it, and then like all of a sudden Arlette's whole body is sucked inside her phone.
She'll kind of just take a bit deep breath and she's like, alright, and I go. And Aronosis difficulty the gauntlet.
Yep.
Aronosis. I'll also spend a willpower since
You also got successes with the willpower.
So the same thing happens. You guys both successfully cross and you're in the park. It is obviously night out, as is the Umbra. There's the suspicious lack of spirits around, and then there's the big yawning tunnel in front of you.
she's gonna lean over to the tunnel and yell down, yo, stupid, you in there?
Did you say he was stuck or he was just on a web?
He's stuck in a web, like he crossed over straight into a web. And he's actually currently hanging over like the probably 80-foot drop, supported only by the web.
Yeah, I'm here. I would advise being very careful if you come down here. There is a giant ass drop.
And as Thomas shouts back, several of the mechanical spiders seem to focus on him, and you see like in Thomas is like their eyes, zipping, and enhancing, obviously zooming in close to his face and zooming back out. And then one of the larger specimens starts creeping along the web towards him. Unknown subject in data web 6462. Must investigate as it comes closer.
Yeah, we got what the fuck?
Make an intelligence Umbra lore, intelligence spirit lore check.
Yeah, you guys do hear the what the fuck? Let me see here. Do I have that lore?
I think Dark Tunnel.
I have spirit lore. Yay!
You don't know how bad things turn out for me when I do any physical activity.
Hold on. I hope this will
Okay,
help.
I'm gonna go find something to pull you guys up.
I'll have to continue climbing down.
Okay, so I got an additional success for spirit lore. That was an ancestors roll.
You have an additional base.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay. You have no clue what these spiders are in spirit terms. All you know is they're big and they look like they're gonna dissect you. And the large spider comes up and it doesn't touch. It just walks around you in the web. The sickly like red light from its eyes kind of bathing your face as it examines you, and then backs away a few paces and says, "Subject identified. Designation Garu. Presence in data web disruptive. Must eliminate." And then it scuttles off along the webs, and all the other spiders stream out of the webs.
This isn't good.
You can see in the wall.
Arlette has begun climbing down, and she's told Olivia to go find something to help, like, pull them up.
Yeah, warning, these things are not friendly, spider-like things. Okay, so when you say that below me is an 80-foot drop, am I still in the technical tunnel? Am I on the good side of the tunnel?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, so when you say when I crossed, I basically went into a web. Am I on the good side of the web? As in, is my feet still basically on ground, and in front of me there's an 80-foot drop?
You are hanging in the air, held up by the web over an 80-foot drop.
Is
you're in the middle of the tunnel?
Is the tunnel close by?
You could maybe try pulling some like cutting, somehow cutting the web and swinging it to the side of the tunnel. You could try that maybe.
Excellent. How hard are these webs?
You'll have to find out.
All right. I am going to spend a rage.
Okay. What are you spending your rage for?
I am shifting to Krynos.
Okay.
And I shall. Well, one of two things is going to happen when I attempt this cut, and for the swing. Either I'm going to successfully cut it, or it's going to be hard enough that I spend another rage to activate Razor Claws on it.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll the attack roll first and go from there.
Okay. Against an unmoving object, isn't that basically just an auto hit?
It'll hit, but you roll anyways to see if you get roll over.
Okay. Just checking. Okay, so
and you would not be able to activate Razor Claws either, because you are not close enough to a surface to be able to rake your claws across a hard surface.
That's why I'm asking about the webs, if they're hard enough.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Okay, that's why I was asking. Well, it's not a botch.
Okay, you slash down with your mostly free arm, and your claws hit and bounce back off the web. However, now you hear a very ominous chittering sound coming from the tunnels, and we're gonna go over to Olivia. And Arlette. For Arlette, the tunnel is sloping, so she isn't like it's not immediately climbing down. She can walk down for a ways.
Okay. She's going to spend a rage and shift to Glabro because she might need to be a little stronger.
Okay.
And like I said, she's going to look at Olivia and say, "Don't forget something to pull us up."
Oh yeah, she's running around, probably not paying attention, probably gonna fall on her ass. So if you're making a 3 dice check to see if I fall on my ass. She doesn't fall on her ass, yay!
Okay. So outside, Olivia, maybe the closest thing she could get to, something to pull them up would be like a branch from the tree spirit. Like just from a quick look around at everything in the area.
She'll walk up to the tree spirit and say, I offer this Moses in exchange for one of your branches to help my friends come
The
back
tree
up.
spirit.
She'll
Sorry.
kind of have it pull in her hands and kind of something similar to water and pour it on the roots.
The tree the tree spirit sort of rumbles, and then a face appears in the bough of the great willow, and in one of the boughs, I should say, and it looks down at Olivia and says, "You are no appreciated, but I am old. I do not need the care. If you wish for one of my branches, you must care for those of my children on the other side."
Out of character, he wants me to plant willow or take care of willow trees.
Exactly. He wants some chiminage.
I can do that.
And the tree spirit will sort of shake, and you see several of the branches like scooch down from above and present a very long, maybe 12-foot long branch that appears not cut or hewn from the tree, but appears to have almost fallen off like a limb would naturally fall off in a forest.
She will say thank you, and she'll kind of like toss the rope over the edge and hold on to it and hope that. Oh, okay. Wait. Which one gives me the best strength bonus?
Krynos.
Okay, she is going to slow shift up to Krynos and hold on to this rope.
Okay. It is a branch, but it's flexible enough that she can run down to the tunnel to the point where it goes to the drop off and hold it over the edge for like Arlette to grab.
Okay, yeah, she'll do that.
Yep. And as for Arlette, yes, as you walk down, the tunnel slopes ever more gradually until it opens up into a large cavern with a ring. Like it's got a ring around the edges of this pit where you could obviously walk around. It's got webs crisscrossing everywhere with light streaming from one end to the other. And you see probably 10 feet below you, Thomas in his Krynos form attempting to cut through the web that there's currently suspending him about 80 feet in the air. And you do hear the chittering as well now.
I can't really reach him unless I were to like jump for it.
Yes.
Okay.
I will attempt to make a cut again.
Go ahead and roll it.
All right. Also, because I'm assuming that without it being a botch, I would know that I just was at a bad angle or something and didn't just bounce off or something like that, right?
Yes.
Well, I got a success that time.
Okay. So it doesn't cut all the way through, but it
That was just
cuts down enough.
That was just the attack, right?
Yes. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just confirming that was just the attack. So they'll carry over. Strength plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage. Aggravated.
You are able to slice through the web on the closer to the edge with your free arm, and you are now in a free swing downward towards the side of the tunnel. Make a dexterity athletics to actually grab onto the side of the tunnel.
Okay, dexterity. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Okay, you're able to latch on with your claws into the spiritual dirt of the side of the tunnel, but you're gonna have to pull yourself up the whole way, which would be maybe a 5-minute climb, depending on how fast you climb.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it overly fast. Actually, I'm probably going to do it slower than that because I don't want to fall 80 feet.
Okay, since you're going to be taking your time, I won't make you roll. But it will be about 10 minutes before you make it to the top since you're going slow, because there isn't like natural handholds or anything on this.
Yeah, no, he wants to make sure he does it right because he's probably got into his athletics level through like rock climbing and all that and stuff like that. You know, the haughty type of things to do. So he knows better than to rush something like this.
Arlette's going to like, so he's climbing up towards the part where Arlette is, right?
I'll say yes. Actually,
Okay.
let me roll a fate dice, see which side of the tunnel he landed on.
That's fair.
Where the fuck is it? That is not the right. Where the fuck did the server go? There it is. Okay. Yeah, an even or odd?
Odd.
It is even.
Ooh.
So he landed on with the way he cut it, he's on the other side of the big hole, which is probably about 40 feet in diameter.
Okay. In that case, Arlette's just going to start making a bunch of noise and screeching and shrieking with spirit speech at the various spiders.
Okay. There aren't actually any in sight now, but you can hear chittering coming from one of the tunnels on the sides of the cavern itself, not the hole. You can hear the chittering coming from one of those tunnels.
Okay.
So there's other tunnels
on the cavern itself, not on the hole. Because the way it is, there's the cavern that the hole is inside of.
Okay. But am I heading up towards a tunnel?
Where you're heading up towards, there is not a tunnel immediately in front of you, but there'd be one a little ways to your left.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just start making a fuck ton of noise and trying to get the whatever the fuck is in this tunnel to come after me instead of him, so he has a little bit of time to escape, basically.
Yep. It's about this point that Olivia makes it back with the tree branch. So she runs back in with a about 12-foot long glowing tree branch.
She kind of tosses it over the side while holding on to it.
Okay. From where you are, it wouldn't be able to reach him, but if you were to like go across to the side of the cavern that he's climbing up, you could probably reach down and shorten his climb up significantly.
I mean, okay. So I go down the tunnel into the big old cavern.
Mhm.
And there's other entrances or tunnels leading into the cavern.
It's like there's like the cavern, and then there's just a fucking giant hole with the webs and the 80-foot drop, right?
Yes, there's that, and then there's like that slightly inset. Like it's really hard to describe, but like it's slightly inset into the cavern. So there's a ring of room where you can walk around, and where
Okay.
that ring of room is, there's tunnels.
Okay, gotcha.
So sorry if I'm describing that bad. It's like really hard to explain without like visual
Yeah, no,
representation.
You're good.
So while she's in Chrono, she has strength 6, so she's just gonna take a big wood claw and scrape it down the side of the wall of the tunnel she came in.
So that she knows.
Yeah.
Well, Arlette's standing right there. Like she's going to try and pull some bullshit. So. But
But yeah, she'll run around to whichever side he's on.
Thomas is going to be keeping an ear out for the locations of the spiders and will relay that to them as they're doing what they're doing. Because his senses are even a little bit better in Krynos form, on top of the acute senses. I think, right?
So you can tell from where the sounds are coming from that they're coming from the tunnel. There's 3 other tunnels on the like ring area above where the cavern is, where the actual cavern itself is. They're coming from the one that's closest to Arlette.
Okay, so the other side of the pit from
Cavern.
me then.
Yes.
Yeah. He's going to relay that to let him know, or her know, sorry, that they're closest to her.
And
she's
sorry,
go ahead.
No, you go.
She's just gonna continue like whooping and hollering and making all sorts of noise and try and get them to come to her as opposed to going after the other 2.
Tiger, I will apologize now for the misuse of him and her.
It is at this point that 3 quadrupedal, like sort of mixes of crabs and spiders, scuttle into the corridor. They're about a size from, if you go with a size as the size of a Krynos screw, they're about a size and a half compared to you. Very smooth armor plating, and they're the one eye that they have that you can see is sweeping around looking, and then you see a little hatch open on the side closest to Arlette, and that kind of zooms in on her, and a booming voice goes, "Alternate threat detected. Initiating counter invasion protocol 60.4. And we're going to need to roll initiative."
Okay.
This is what you were warning us about, isn't it?
That'll be fine.
Oh my god.
Check my notes. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So let's do our usual okay, so Thomas is initiative 8.
Oh, it's A. Okay, I was thinking it was O.
Okay, that is how you spell Thomas's name. It was messing me up. Arlette is 12.
Arlette. I thought Arlette was spelt with an O, so I guess we all got names that are messing with people's heads.
That's pretty good. And then can you
I'm just putting this out there. In Thomas's defense, he did at least attempt to ask what it looked like on the other side before he went and did this.
But he didn't actually like tell us that he was stepping sideways. That was the issue.
Yeah. So
He's a stubborn fang. Yeah,
I'm
he's
only
overconfident automatically.
I'm just going to say he is only half stupid because the half that was smart he actually asked with. So.
Okay, sorry, I'm filling in the spiders' initiatives as well.
Spiders. Punch them.
All I'm saying is they have a +8 to their initiative. Oh Jesus! How did he roll a 0? How did he roll a fucking 0 on it? Oh, because I rolled a D0. That would explain.
Hey, no, we like that initiative. Keep that initiative. 0 initiative is a good initiative.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's true though. A 0 initiative is perfectly all right with us.
It is. What did Moon roll?
Moon got a 12. She has less wits than Arlette does.
Okay, so sorry, I have like my storyteller screen for combat, and I just got to plug all these numbers in so I don't lose track.
Joey, can I ask you a favor?
What is it?
Later on, can you send me that picture? That is an awesome picture.
Yes, I can send you that. Just remind me after the scene because I might forget. Yeah. Okay, so our initiative goes Spider 1, then Arlette, then Moon, Spider 2, Spider 3, then Thomas. I'll put that in the side chat. Probably correctly. All right. Top of round 1. Is anyone spending a rage?
I am.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
Need okay. Thomas and Olivia have already spent 1. Oh,
I only have 1 rage. I am not speaking that.
But you get it back for entering combat. So both Thomas and Olivia are
actually
back at full rage.
I'll spend 2 in that case. Sorry.
Oh no, I was the one that spent rage earlier. I spent 1 to shift to Glabro.
Okay. Well, everybody spent 1 earlier to shift, but you're all back at top.
Okay, no, so. I slow shifted.
Well, you're at full anyway. So, and then Thomas spending 2. How much is Arlette spending?
I'm gonna just spend 1 for now. No, I'll spend 2. Yeah, it goes 2.
Yep.
I think I can. Let me make sure I have enough rage to do that. Because Wolfie urge. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'll spend 2.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, Tiger. So, top of the round, Spider number 1. The one that turned to look at Arlette. A panel opens on the side, and a little gun pops out and shoots a bolt of plasma at Arlette.
Ugh.
This is why I was talking about that charm earlier.
Yeah, for real.
The minerals. Oh Jesus. Oh, you can't. You're not okay. I think you can soak this because you're not in breed form.
Yeah.
Soak 4 aggravated as it hits right in your shoulder.
And I got exactly 5 dice. Let's see how this goes.
You can do it.
I soaked 1.
Hey, so Arlette has taken 3 ag.
Taking back a rage for first ag of the night.
Yep,
I am claiming a rage back for seeing an ally take damage.
Okay.
Is that acceptable to you?
That is fine.
Okay.
And now it is Arlette's action.
Okay. So is this thing like where I can hit it?
You would have to move, but you would be able to move and hit it in the same action, in the same round.
Okay. and I did spend a rage. One of those rages was to shift into Hispo.
Okay,
I probably
so you only got
specified.
one
I'm
rage
sorry.
action.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
I'll specify in the future because I probably should have in the past. But, yeah.
I think you.
Okay.
I think. Oh no, you. Sorry, never mind.
Yep. So are you going for a bite or a claw attack?
Oh, bite! I'm in Hispo, bruh.
Yes.
It's it's 5 for a bite, right?
In Hispo, yes.
And I get an extra die in Hispo.
I believe so. It might actually be 2. Let me check.
Like I know it's on damage, it's not on the attack roll, but
Yeah. Because I know I have that on September sheet marked what each breed bonus gives you.
Mhm.
Okay, it's just 1+1 to bite damage.
Okay, that's fine. All right, I got 2 successes.
All right, it can't dodge. You were attacking the one that attacked you, correct?
Yes. Fuck. I should have specified I was also spending a willpower for wound penalties. Sorry.
Yep, that's fine. You're good.
So it's strength plus 2 plus rollover, right?
Yes, that is correct. I better get my calculator out.
Oh, sweet. This book gives me plus 3 strength. Fuck yeah. Oh, I should have had more dice because I was in Hispo. Shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll this.
That's the eternal woes of a werewolf player forgetting your breed bonuses.
Yeah. I'm not a. I like Werewolf, but Werewolf is not my game. I don't have
Yeah.
it quite. Do you mind if I go ahead and roll those 2 extra dice?
Go for it.
Okay. Alright, it evened out, so it didn't even matter. Okay.
You guys are gonna need all of you can get surviving these guys.
Yeah. Alright, I have exactly 10 dice to throw damage at it. 4 ag?
Okay, let's see how much it soaks. I believe it uses willpower for soak. Yes. It soaks 5.
Motherfucker. Alright.
I
can already see how this night's going.
Yep.
And Kim, it's Moon's action.
Is Thomas close to grabbing the rope?
This by the time initiative would have started, he would have grabbed it and would be, if you help pull him up, he would be up at the end of the round.
All right, so I'm gonna help pull him up.
Just to clarify, at the end of regular actions of the round, or at the end of full action, or at the end of everything?
The end of regular actions.
Okay.
Okay. Is that all Moon wants to do? She just want to say something or anything like that, or is she just going to focus on pulling Thomas up?
Huh?
Do you want to say anything, or you just kind of focus on pulling them up?
He's kind of just gonna yell at Arlette, just push him over the edge. They'll have to climb back up.
Okay. Oh, and it is on to spider number 2 after speaking. So spider number 2 is going to come out of the tunnel behind Moon, or not behind Moon, behind Arlette, I'm sorry. And is going to another little hatch is going to open, and a arm will pop out with a blade on the end and slash at Arlette's flank. And it misses as the blade just whizzes by Arlette's flank as she, leapt to bite at the first spider. And then the third one pops out of the tunnel and is also going to attempt to strike at Arlette.
All right.
And it didn't botch, but it got 3 ones. Jesus. It
I'm
missed
okay
as
with
well.
this.
And then it goes to Thomas's action.
He'll climb himself up.
And rage actions, it is Arlette's first rage action. Her only rage action, because she's not one for Hispo.
Right. Yeah, she's gonna try and bite the blasty one again.
Okay.
Ooh, hell
Ooh.
yeah, I'm down with that. 6 successes, 5 rollover.
Yep, and it can't dodge because it already used its action.
Yeah. Seven damage coming at it, 7 egg.
Okay, let's see how much you can soak. It only has 1 dice over that, so you should do good damage.
Hopefully.
God.
Hey, you did A damage.
I did the damage.
That's better than how this usually goes when I storytell. It's usually like, oh, you guys rolled like 12 damage. This somehow rolled with its stamina spec like 14 successes. And then it's on to Thomas's first rage action.
All right. One of a couple of questions. First is, can I jump from where I am with a running start and get onto the back of one of these?
You'd have to roll a Dex Athletics for it.
I will spend a willpower and do so.
Okay. Roll a Dex Athletics. That'll be your rage. That'll be this rage action.
Yeah. Standard diff?
Standard diff.
So that's 4 successes.
Okay, so you are able to get a running head start and leap onto the back of the second hunter spider that's the one closest to you. And onto your second rage action.
And I am going to try to claw it because I'm on its back. What does the being on its back give me?
I'll give you a -1 difficulty to the attack roll.
Okay, so
So when I said toning it down, I was going to take one of these spiders out. But you guys were like, no, we can do it. So I left the third one in.
Mumu can't fight!
This is why I wanted to take one out, because I knew Mumu wasn't a combat character.
3 successes. So
Okay, roll over for damage. Plus 2.
She doesn't have roll. She doesn't have any firearms.
Hey, but she has a big stick.
Oh, she does have a 1 dot melee.
2, 3, 4. 4 points of egg.
Okay. Let's see how well number 2 does at soaking that. It soaks 4 ag. As your claws bounce ineffectually off its armor. And we are back to top of the round. Is anyone spending rage this turn?
Yes, can I use that bouncing of my claws off of it to spend a rage to activate Razor Claws?
I'm gonna say no, since activating a gift would be an action.
Okay, well, I'll spend 2 rage then. One of them will go to Razor Claws.
So you spent 4 rage so far.
But I got 1 back.
I know. I was just kind of saying that.
Yep.
Just kind of saying it. Wasn't. Tiger, you gonna spend any rage?
I'll spend 1.
Okay. 1 and 2. All right. Spider number 1. It is the one that Arlette has slashed at. It is going to pop another little folder out or another little panel out and slash at her with a rotating saw blade.
Alright.
It is 2 successes to hit. She can attempt to dodge because she's her 2 actions just around.
Nah, I'm probably gonna regret it, but I'm gonna try and fake it.
Okay. For Ag? Actually, is this Ag? Because I don't know. I'm gonna say this is gonna be lethal.
Soak 4.
Okay, get it.
Yeah.
And that brings it down to Arlette's action.
Okay, spending a willpower to ignore wound penalties.
Okay.
And
Make sure you keep track of how much willpower you spend.
yep, I've spent 3 this scene out of
Awesome.
the total of 7.
Awesome.
And I will, I'm gonna go ahead and bite the thing again.
Okay.
3 successes.
It cannot dodge, so go ahead and apply rollover.
Alright. 2 rollover. And it is a strength plus 4 at this point. So I should probably tell it how what kind of die I want it to roll instead of just putting 10 greater than or equal to 6. That's 3 ag. It could be better. It could be worse.
Oh, there's still a chance it'll go through. Jeez.
It did not.
Yeah. Your teeth skate over the edge of its armor. As you fail to penetrate the hunter spider's armor. And that brings us to Moon's action.
She's gonna hit with the big stick.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Let's see, I have 7 dice.
And which hunter spider are you attacking?
The one that just came out from the tunnel behind Arlette.
Okay, so that would be number 2. Yeah, that would be number 3.
Okay. And you're hitting with the sticks with melee, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have melee?
Yes, I have 1 melee.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And the only reason why I have 6 dice is because I'm in Chronos.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have been 3 dice.
You have 5 dice.
Wait, no.
Chronos only gets +1.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking of a strength.
Yeah. He gives you +4 strength.
So, 4 dice.
5.
5.
You have 3 dice. And right?
Oh, I have 2 dice.
You have 2 dice in Harmon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. You got a success.
I hit it. So what's my damage on Big Glowy Stick?
The damage on this is going to be +2. And there will be a special effect if the damage goes through. And the way you said that, Tiger, the way you said you got a success, it made me think of the Majora's Mask sound when you open a chest. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
6 strength.
Okay. So 8. Nice.
Ooh, okay. Good damage.
Good damage.
Good damage.
And you do 1 damage to the spider. And as you whack it with the stick, you see almost this bit of corrosion spread out from where she struck it on the leg. And that hunter spider has 1 less willpower as you are coating the armor.
Nice.
Okay, and that brings it to hunter spider number 2, which is going to focus on Thomas, who is on top of hunter spider number 1, if I remember correctly.
No, I'm on Hunter Spider 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then it will attempt to pop a panel off the side and slash at you up on its back. Okay. Three successes. Thomas is going to use one of his reactions this round to attempt to dodge.
I'm probably going to regret this, but no.
Okay, so that is... Are there first? 4 lethal. So, please.
I soaked 2 of it. Ow.
Right. So you have taken 2 lethal. Let me mark that down. And that brings us to Hunter Spider number 3, which just got hit by something that does not make it feel very pleasant and is making it feel rather confused. So it pops a panel, and out pops another big cannony looking thing, and it's going to spend an essence and use the blast charm on Moon Moon. Sorry, Kim.
There's a reason why I don't.
Oh, God.
So 5 ag, please.
I have.
You can do this.
3, 7.
You can do this. You're in Krynos. You got this, Kim.
7d10. Oh, man.
Yay!
Okay, so you only take 2. So Moon Moon is
Take
at
it
2
like
now.
a champ.
Yes. All right, and that takes it to Thomas's action.
Okay, oh, this is going to be an interesting attempt. I am going to... Let me see, what are my martial arts skills?
I'm gonna say right now you're not gonna use martial arts in Krynos because it's not built for it. Martial arts aren't built for Krynos form.
Okay, then I am going to just use my brawl to attempt. This is going to either work spectacularly or fail brutally. I'm going to shift my weight and because I'm in a precarious position on this guy, and attempt to roll myself and throw him off the edge of the into the
Okay.
down
Roll
the 80
strength
foot.
brawl. It's gonna be a strength brawl.
Strength brawl. Okay, so and I'm still on his back as he hasn't tried to get me off his back, so difficulty's lowered by 1, right?
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna say for this it will be.
One, two, three, 4. 3 successes.
Okay. It also got 3 successes. Defender one's ties. So you throw your weight to the side and it starts leaning over, but then out of this a panel on the side closest to the ground, a little foot pops out and rights the spider.
Okay.
And that takes us to rage actions. Arlette, you are on your rage action.
Tiger said she's going back.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Lord, I hate this dice roller. 4/8. No. Five successes.
All right. So it would be strength plus 2 plus 4 for the damage. So Arlette's strength plus 2 plus 4.
She said she was in his spell.
Yes, which I believe is plus 2 or 3. Let me check. I can
Plus
check really
3.
quick. Okay. That definitely works.
And 3, equal to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Okay. It soaks it as Arlette, leaps again, and her teeth once more bounce off the edge of the spider. It's very glittery, shiny armor. So, on Thomas's first rage action.
I'm going to attempt to throw it again.
Okay, go ahead and roll it again.
Oh crap! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 successes.
Yep. Oh, I have to remember to specify which kind of dice it has to roll.
So how's it dodging it?
It isn't dodging. It is attempting to stop it, but you're able to roll it over.
Then send it flying down the 80 feet, hopefully.
You got it skittering where it's skittering on the edge, trying to pull it back up.
Okay.
So it is out of combat for 1 round.
Oh,
Essentially, it has to spend its action to actually focus and climb up the edge.
Okay.
And that is your first rage action, but your second rage action.
I am going to attempt to grab the second one and toss it off the edge on top of the other one.
Okay, so you mean the first one or the third one? Because you were on the second.
The third one. It's the third one. Sorry.
Okay. So go ahead and roll strength and brawl again.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
It.
Damn it.
So as you grab it and try to throw it, it simply pops out another panel, and out pops a little arm that just smacks Thomas, and a pre-recorded tinny voice goes, "Bad doggy, bad doggy."
I'm sorry. I'm calling a frenzy on that one.
Go ahead and roll rage.
1 success. I don't know what that. I never understood how the going into frenzy works.
You don't go into frenzy. You have to have a certain amount of successes on your roll to go into frenzy.
Okay.
Which, if I remember correctly, it is 3 unless you're of higher rank. Let me double check, but I know you didn't frenzy that time.
Okay.
So we won't worry about it unless we have another frenzy roll.
Okay. Well, we'll just leave that for a question to be answered after scene.
Yep. And it's back up to top of the round. Is anyone going to spend rage this round?
No. Oh wait, I took damage, didn't I? So I'm claiming another rage back. So I'll spend a rage.
So you spend 1 rage. Oh. Is Tiger back yet, Kim?
He is not.
Okay. So, but I will ask him when he comes back, and I'll let him retroactively spend. So the first spider is going to turn and see what Thomas did to the other character, mainly because I feel it's kind of douchey to attack Tiger's character when he's not here. And
I'll agree with you on that one.
Simply because in this scene there's a good chance someone might die, and I'd feel really shitty to accidentally kill someone's PC when they're not even here. So it's going to spend a rage and pop out its little blaster cannon again and fire at Thomas. Oh dear. That is 5 aggravated to soak, please.
Okay, can I just dodge it?
No, you cannot dodge the blast charm. It specifically says you cannot dodge it.
Okay. Oh dear.
I mean, you got at least 5 stamina. I'm sure you can mostly survive this.
I soak it all.
Good. And that brings it to our let's action.
Oh, sweet.
Do you want to do
Oh, any spends? Willpower to ignore wound counters makes that my 4th.
Okay.
And I'll spend another rage, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
another rage. I have to think on this one. I'm getting low.
Right.
But I will attempt to bite. Have any of them died since I had to step away?
None of them died, but the second one got rolled to the edge of the pit, and it's out of this combat action as it has to struggle its way back up. However, you could potentially like tackle it and send it into the big pit.
Also, the one that was tangling with you has given you his back because he turned around to attack me. Didn't he?
Yes, but these guys have 360-degree vision.
Oh, okay.
So he would still be watching. Like, you wouldn't be able to surprise attack him.
But he'd have flank, wouldn't he?
He'd have a -1 flank.
Yeah.
I will save that one for my rage action, and I will go ahead and shoulder tackle the one to try and get it into the big pit.
Okay, let me just double check and make sure there's not a roll for this already before I go, hey, do the thing.
Right.
Do the thing this way. Let's make sure, because I think there might be a tackle one, like combat maneuver.
Right. I think there's like a body slam or something like that that is described as a tackle.
Yeah. I just have to scroll through the combat section.
Yeah.
How heavy are these things? I think I would have gotten a good concept on that with the throw.
They're probably, to put it in human terms, they're probably about 2 to 3 tons.
Okay.
They're pretty fucking heavy.
Yeah. I don't see one, which is weird because I'm like almost. Aha, here it is. So dexterity brawl, difficulty 6, and it says, oh, that's okay. So body slam is you have to grapple, and then you pick someone up and slam them into the ground.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
Here's tackle.
Use tackle. Okay. So dex brawl.
It is a. Yep. And 7.
All right. And I've got the 2 yards of distance to achieve effective momentum.
Yes.
All right. Dex brawl. Okay, +3 dex and yeah, +3 dex and. Or is it?
Yeah.
It's +2 dex. Okay, it's +2 strength. That's what it is. All right. Gotta figure it out. It's all good.
Gotcha.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. So that will. Okay. So roll your dexterity athletics, difficulty 6, to not fall into the pit as well.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
And it is rolling its roll to resist this. Difficulty 8.
I got 3 successes.
So what happens is you run into it and slam your shoulder into it, and it wobbles backwards, but it wasn't quite enough to push it over the edge.
Okay. I tried.
And it is Moon's action.
She's gonna hit another thing with it.
Okay, so are you gonna hit the same one that you hit before?
Yes.
Awesome. So go ahead and roll your dexterity melee. It's not going to attempt to dodge.
It's actually at 3 since I'm.
You're at a -1?
Yeah, for my health levels.
Okay, 1 is enough to hit.
And
Enough for that to work.
strength plus. Yeah, strength +2. And.
The good news is this one has less soak.
Oh, nice.
Because of a certain effect that the tree branch is having upon it when it gets hit with it.
Nice.
8
5 successes.
Good. That's some good damage.
Good damage. Big damage going on. Motherfucker.
Ah, son of a bitch.
What the fuck? Can't believe this shit. All right, so it successfully soaks, just barely, but I am gonna say that strips away another armor. Oh, and spider number 2 is out of the action. Spider number 3 is going to turn and look at Moon, and it's going to pop a panel out and slash her with a spinning saw blade.
My soap doesn't change even with 1 penalties, correct?
I do not believe so.
Alright.
And it only got 1 success anyway, so...
I got 7 to 6.
Oh, Jesus.
Good lord. Alright.
Oh, yes! So,
5, 6.
So as it slashes at Moon, the tree branch almost seems to, like, the edge of, like, the how am I wording this? The back motion from her swing just shifts her just enough out of the way that it only severs a few of, like, the hairs from her Krynos mane as it passes right by her neck.
Oh,
Like, you can, like, Moon can almost feel the bullet time matrix effect go into motion as it goes past her neck, and then time kind of snaps back into full speed.
Oh, Lord. Oh, goodness. That's kind of her reaction, actually. Legitimately her saying that.
Gotcha. And now it is Thomas's action, his regular action.
All right, I didn't want to show that I had this already. So he's going to look. Are they all pretty much identical?
Pretty much. The one that Moon is grappling with, well, not grappling with, but you know what I mean. The one she's tangling with is its armor's a little damaged compared to the others.
Okay, actually, you know what? He's going to slam his full weight into the one that's teetering on the edge.
Okay, so roll. Jesus, where was I? Literally was just looking at it. Roll strict dexterity brawl.
Dexterity brawl. Okay. 3 successes.
Okay. Now roll dexterity athletics, difficulty 6 to not fall.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. So you do not fall into the pit. Okay, so let's see if you guys can get it. Can knock this damn thing into the pit this time. But fucking difficulty 9.
Yes!
So you are able to slam your body weight into it, and it falls backwards, its limbs flailing into the abyss. Well, not the abyss, because you can see the bottom, but you know what I mean. We're making it sound dramatic today. And that brings us to our Let's Rage action.
Okay. I'm going to move over and bite the one that has been attacking me.
Okay, you will get the -1 for the side flank.
Sweet.
And the one that you guys sent in the pit, the pit was actually the most healthy one, so that's good.
Nice. Thanks.
It's also the
These
one
things
that
have a lot of health levels, a lot of effective health levels.
that's also the one that stabbed me. So I was particularly pissed off at that one.
Hey,
Oh.
6 successes.
Awesome. So it's 5 rollover.
Hell yeah.
Is Ian? Is it the one that slapped Thomas and went bad doggy, bad doggy?
No, no, the one that slapped Thomas was the one that that Moon's been hitting. The one that actually managed to hit Thomas and do that 1 point of damage, or the 2 points of damage, was the actual one that he sent into the.
Yo, we got some real villain club damage up in here.
Holy crap!
And you're not playing an R rune. Uh-huh.
I'm a Thayer. I am almost as far away from an Arun as you can get.
Okay, so it takes 3. Okay, I need to do some quick maths.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
You did 3 damage, correct?
Yes. Yeah, after the soaking.
Okay. So as she, races back and leaps, she takes a great big chunk of one of the panels out, leaving the sparking remnants of what looked like a hair dryer on an arm dangling out of the panel. And that's on to Thomas's rage action.
All right. So one of them is still sort of towards the edge, right?
No.
The one tangling with Moon, isn't it? Sort of close. No.
It's still near the edge of the tunnel mouth.
Okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna grab and try to just toss the son bitch into the abyss.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Strength, is it?
Strength and brawl.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
Okay, so you're able to pick it up.
And
now roll strength athletics to try and throw it. And you're going to need exactly 5 to be able to throw it into the pit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's your 5 + 1 to boot.
So you're able to toss this one over the edge, and now you only have the one who's really pissed.
Just for cinematics, you hear Thomas walk up to one of them, just stupid machine.
I did have a rage action.
I thought you spent only 1.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay.
My
I want
bad.
to make sure I wasn't skimping you out. Okay. So the last spider left turns, and it's kind of like, okay, fuck this. Spending another essence.
Yeah, Thomas is there in mid-throw, just seething like.
So 6 ag, please.
Who?
You.
Oh.
It just went, okay, that one's the most dangerous target. Boom.
Go for the Arun. Go for the Arun.
Oh,
right.
Thank God once don't take away from soak.
Yeah.
So I take 3.
So you are on 7 health levels of damage.
No, I'm only at 5.
Sorry. Let me double check. You soak 3. Okay.
So I'm at
okay,
crippled
you're
currently.
right.
I'm currently at
Don't
crippled.
forget wound penalties.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is Arlette's action.
Okay. Spending my 5th willpower and taking another bite because I really want this dude to fucking die. Willpower to ignore wound penalties, of course. And do I still have that flank?
I'm gonna say yes because it's focused on Thomas.
Sweet. Boom, 5 successes.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. Hobby.
Okay, sorry.
There we go, 4 damage.
Okay. Okay, you did 1. As your bite just barely penetrates past its armor.
All right.
And that takes us to Moon.
Whacking another one with the stick.
Okay, there is only one left at this point.
Oh, she's whacking it with the stick. At a -1. Oh, 3 dice.
Two to hit.
Yep.
So this one, still this one.
I have a strength of 6 right now.
Three damage.
Okay. Let us see if it soaks it. Does soak that damage. As Moon turns and whacks it with the spirit stick. Okay, and that is on to Thomas.
Okay, I am going to spend a willpower to ignore wound penalties, and seeing that this has seemed to work so well so far, he's going to rush the other one and toss it off the edge.
Okay. So roll strength brawl to pick it up.
I got 2 successes. Yes!
Just barely pick it up.
And to toss him off. 1, 2, only 3 successes.
You toss it a ways, but it doesn't hit. It doesn't go over the edge of the pit. And at this point, it is emitting a very high-pitched screeching sound. That sounds almost remarkably like an air raid siren.
Can I get a reflexive spirit lore check to see if I can recognize what it is?
Go for it.
Okay, and I did spend for spirit lore 2.
Yep, I already added that on your sheet.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. So
I'm pretty sure I did.
I had forgotten to refresh my page since we started, so that's probably what it was. 2 successes, assuming it's not higher than a 9 on the diff.
Nope, it's just standard. It sounds like almost an alarm. You can probably assume this is a Weaver spirit, so that most likely is some form of alarm.
Okay.
Or calling for backup, something of that sort. And that takes us back up to top of initiative. So what the spider does is it crouches down, and you see 2 panels pop open on the bottom, and spikes just shoot out into the ground as it anchors itself down.
It got smart.
And pops out its cannon.
So actually, it's technically still lifted up, right? Shit. Where do those spikes go?
They went into the ground.
Okay, so they didn't go through me. Good.
No. You threw it. It's not on top of you anymore.
Oh, okay.
And a pulsing bolt of blue energy shoots at Thomas. So 4 aggravated, please.
And the wound penalties don't affect soak, right?
I do not believe so. I will check that after the scene.
I soak 2 of them.
So that puts you at
I am.
ag to lethal.
I think I might actually have to rage heal.
Right. Let me actually find the section on rage healing. Just under dramatic systems, I want to say.
I believe, if I remember correctly, I roll my rage I roll to frenzy, and I go up to the amount of health levels that I succeed in, and I have a chance at a battle scar.
I think it's automatic frenzy, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to find, because this book does not have a very good, like, hey, this is where this and this is. Would it be under rage?
More than likely. That's where I'm looking right now. Yeah, okay, so if a character falls below the incapacitated health level, a player can use rage to keep their character going. Doing so requires a rage roll, difficulty 8. Each success heals a health level regardless of the type of wound. You may attempt this rolling once per scene. If you fail, the character doesn't recover. Like all rage rolls, the character is still subject to frenzy. The wound will also remain on the guru's body as an appropriate battle scar. So I guess if you heal too much with the rage, then yes, you do frenzy. But otherwise, you're...
Okay, so I am at incapacitated.
Okay, and roll rage at difficulty 8.
That was the roll. So I got one success.
Okay.
So I'm at incapacitated. And so I guess the appropriate battle scar is a burn on my chest of some sorts.
Yep, that would be fine.
And I will expend. You actually didn't ask if we are spending rage. I still had one rage left.
Oh, sorry about that. Do you want to spend that?
Yes, and I will spend a willpower to ignore the incapacitated for the moment.
Okay. Arlette?
Can I claim a rage from seeing him get blasted with, like, a clearly nasty wound being left on him?
Yep, you can go for that.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to use that for an extra action.
All right. And then it's your action.
Okay. Arlette is going to bark out, destroy it, then leave. And then she's going to bite the same one.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, and spending willpower for what penalties?
Yep.
Do I still have my flank going on?
I'm going to say at this point, no.
Okay. That's... 3 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, health dice pool penalties from health level loss do not affect soak.
Okay, good.
Nice. Okay. So I got 3 to hit. I'm assuming it's not dodging since it's kind of anchored into the ground.
No, it is not dodging.
Also, it used its action already. What am I talking about?
Yep.
Okay. So... Okay. The egg coming at it.
How much?
5.
Jesus.
Oh,
This guy.
As your teeth bounce off of it yet again. And that takes us to Moon's action.
Hit it with a stick.
Do it. You can do it.
Ooh.
Oh.
Fuck.
Huh?
Watch.
So-
Ouch.
As Moon, twirls her stick like she's, martial arts expert and goes to swing at this, she misses and hits Arlette on the jaw. Go ahead and roll damage. Like she hits her right on the top of the muzzle, to be exact.
Currently it's +4, so 6.
And then the stick is a +2.
Yeah, Ugh. That's a
Okay.
4.
Go ahead and soak. Roll soak, please, Tiger.
Alright.
How much damage did you roll?
4.
Well,
And then I soak 2.
okay. So you took a pretty significant, nasty bashing welt to the face.
Ow. I would like to claim a rage from getting smacked on the muzzle with a stick.
Okay.
By an
Okay.
ally. By an ally to boot.
Yeah.
So, you're at crippled, Ian. You're not actually incapacitated.
Oh, okay. No. He's still standing. He's Naroon. He refuses to go down.
And
and
that brings
so,
us to his action, actually.
oh, to my action or the spider's action?
Your action.
Okay.
Because it's 8 where you're dead. It's 8 health levels of damage you're dead. 7 is incapacitated.
Well, he's pretty anchored pretty good. Do I have any concept of how much it would take to unanchor him and toss him into the pit?
You're in Krynos right now. Your thinking capacity is reduced to num kill bite / strike.
Okay. Then I am going to, as he's been concentrated now on. Oh no, he's still looking at me. Never mind. I'm going to attempt to take that gun right off of him and just like with the claws, just hit it so hard that the gun goes flying into the abyss at least.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a targeted shot, called shot. It's going to be plus. It's medium target. Let's go +2 difficulty to the attack roll.
Okay.
You're going to need at least 3 successes on the damage roll to rip it off.
Hey, I got a success.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
One, 2, 3 successes.
Yeah. So you rip the cannon off.
Yeah, but that also puts me right up against him too. Shit.
That takes us to our Let's Rage action.
Oh, sorry. Oh yeah. No, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. No.
What's our Let doing, Tiger?
I bite. I go numb.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
Four to hit. It's 3 rolls.
It cannot dodge.
Seven damage. 7 egg.
All right, so 5. So it is at. And that takes us to Thomas's rage action.
Yeah, I'm just going to bitch slap it. he is literally with the claws. He is going to go, bad boy, bam.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Oh my god! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Okay, that's 4 rollover.
Yeah, and that's with the claws. So that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points of damage. Aggravated.
It soaks it off.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. Take to the top of the round. Does anyone have any more rage to spend that they would like to
No.
spend?
I think I'm good on spending the rage right now.
Okay. So, top of the round. The hunter spider is going to look with its single eye at Thomas, who's currently the closest, and attack the last. As another panel pops open and a blast pops out of it, because you can't disarm spirits of their charms.
Damn it.
It's going to spend
Those
more
are
essence. It was worth a try, but alas, it did not succeed. I need you to soak 5 ag, please.
Oh shit. Oh crap. Yeah, I spent my willpower in my last rage, so he's shifting down to Hamid form, so I don't have a whole lot to work with. He just lost the wolf.
We have to spend your last gnosis as well to lose the wolf. If I
Do you?
correctly.
Oh, okay. I thought it was rage and willpower.
I have to look it up.
I'm going to let you look it up because this is important one way or the other.
What is it? Control F to search. No, not losing the wold. I need to spell correctly. I don't think losing the wold will help us here.
You never know.
Hey, if I lost the wool, I'd be all right, but losing the wolf is another issue.
If a character has lost or spent all his rage and willpower points, he has lost the wolf and he cannot regain rage. The guru cannot shift to anything except his breed form until his rage returns. So I think you remain stuck in that one unless you choose to go to breed form.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll roll with that interpretation. Give you a
1,
good
2, 3, 4, 5. I soak everything.
Okay, you just barely soak it as it point blank shoots you in the face. And that takes us to our Let's action.
I'm about to put the page number for that in the side chat so you can verify, Joey.
For the losing wolf, I did find it.
Right. Okay, so.
Yep.
Well, I've spent 5 willpower. And I'm at like 5. Yeah, I'm gonna spend willpower to ignore rule penalties. And take a bite.
Let's do it. You guys can do it. It's almost dead. It's almost dead. You guys
6 to hit.
Okay. You guys can make it through without a character death.
I believe us.
Oh, if I had shifted to home, I'd guarantee I was dead.
Boom! 8 ag coming at it. Most of those dice were 8s. Great.
Okay, so it takes 3. That takes us to Moon. As your claws tear off another, or your teeth, I should say, tear off another chunk of it. Oh, and did I ask for? I think I asked for spends this round, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Okay. And nobody spent anything, did they?
No.
I mean, I spent willpower, but yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna hit it with the stick again.
Watch Moon kill it. Like, non-combat characters just like, die!
Hey, you got a success. 4 damage.
4 damage? Okay, let's see if that breaks through its armor. Let's not roll in some random other discord. This has the potential to kill it.
Oh.
Jesus. Okay. It is on to Thomas's action as the stick bounces off its armor.
Okay, well, you know what? He kind of started this thing, so he's going to try to finish it.
Are you going to spend a willpower? Because otherwise you are.
I have no willpower. But I am at -5. So, but I still got something to work with.
Got some dice. Not much dice, but you got some dice.
You can do things with those dice. Let's hope those things are enough.
I swing at it. I hit. I got one success. So strength plus 3 damage.
Okay.
Damn it.
All right. Top of the round.
Well, at least the. Wait a second. You didn't do the spider.
Yeah, he did.
When
It's
did
at the
you
top
do
of the initiative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, top of the initiative. Does anyone want to spend?
Wait. Actually, you know what? I think I actually have something for the group. Well, if we don't kill it, yeah, I'm going to spend a willpower. Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Oh,
You don't have.
one second. What does inspiration take to use?
It takes. I'm on the page for it. Spend 1 gnosis point. All comrades, but not the gift's user, receive 1 automatic.
I shall spend a gnosis for inspiration then.
I think that changed in C20. Let me look it up in C20.
It gives everybody a temporary willpower.
Okay.
Everybody except for the person utilizing it, I think.
Okay. So, any other spends? Okay. If not, it's going to Spider is going.
Bring it. Bring
Okay.
it. Bring it.
Okay. It's going to be nice. It's going to spend an essence. Okay, actually enter the correct dice code this time. Book 3 ag, please.
And I
Just barely.
Oh.
It's sitting here shooting you at point blank, and you're just barely taking it on. Barely taking it.
And the entire time he's got the if you can do it with a Krynos face, he's got the bring it on face.
Okay. Arlette, it's your action.
All right. So inspiration gives me a temporary willpower.
Yes.
Or I'm going to use that to ignore wound penalties, and I'm going to bite the fuck out of this thing. And
No, you guys can do this. You guys got this.
4 to hit.
Yep.
2, 3, 6. Hey, 6 damage.
Okay. You tear through its armor and slash out another big chunk.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay, Moon. It's on you.
So I had the temporary willpower, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna spend that to ignore wound penalties.
Gotcha.
And I'm also going to spend another willpower to hit it.
I'll allow that. So, go ahead and roll it.
One success to hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh wait, sorry, 2 successes with the willpower, my bad.
Yep.
6 strength plus 2, so
5 damage.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Just barely. Okay. It's on to Thomas's action.
You guys swear you hear Thomas say "fuck you." And swings and misses.
Okay. So, top of the initiative. Is anyone spending anything?
You know what? It actually doesn't say that you can't. I will spend another gnosis for inspiration one more time.
One more time.
I'm gonna spend my. I'm down to one rage or 2 rage.
You spent 5 rage is how much you spent.
Okay.
That's all I know.
I've gained 2 back since
Yes.
then. Okay. So that puts me at 1. Or no, that puts me at 2.
And I did just double check. It actually does not say you can't do it multiple times in a turn in a scene. So
Mhm.
So I will spend a rage for an extra action, and I will spend a
Okay.
willpower to ignore wound penalties.
And funnily, you spent as much rage as the Arun. This is like a side note.
actually, the Arun has spent more than his 5. He's spent like 7 rage, I think.
I have it counted for every time you use rage. You're at 6. You built at 6.
Okay, then I should have 1 more left. Then I will spend that 1 rage because I've regained 2 and spent 6. I have 1.
Okay. So the spider is going to look Thomas straight in the eye with its one beady eye, and you hear a tinny, creaky voice say, "Fuck you." As it spends essence. Need you to soak 5 damage, please.
1, 2, 3, 4. I take 1.
Which puts you at incapacitated.
Yep.
And as this bolt of energy hits him right in the chest, it spawned like the spider collapses inwards, and the light in its eyes goes out.
Can I do something cinematically as it dies?
You are unconscious.
I was just going to twitch a finger to show that he's still technically alive.
Okay, that's fine.
As it collapses and dies, there's a twitch in the finger. It's basically the middle finger that twitches.
You guys are out of combat.
I am grabbing the fucking idiot
And running.
and running
Yep.
with my stick.
I will.
As you guys. Oh, so you got Tiger.
I was saying I will follow.
As you guys are running, I'm not going to make you roll, but you see several energy blasts whiz past you guys, and if you look behind you, there's probably a dozen of these chasing you.
That is far too many.
Yeah. And make me dexterity athletics checks.
Alright.
Oh god.
Sitting at a total of 5. Which puts me at 1.
Oh god, my flaw.
Oh god, you fall.
Does it make it more difficult?
Oh, you're trying to run away. I'm going to say yes.
Alright, I'm gonna roll Arlett's first.
Yep.
Got 3 successes.
2 days. What's the difficulty increase?
I'm going to just go +1.
It's 1 success.
Okay, so you guys are just barely outpacing this horde of spiders, of hunter spiders. And as you guys breach the mouth of the tunnel, what do you guys do?
Knock it in.
They are still right behind you.
Continue to run.
Hey, where are you running to?
Alright, so their pattern.
No, goes to the tree.
Yeah, we'll go to the tree. That sounds like that's probably since branch was a. Yeah.
Yep.
To the tree.
So as the three of you like run and huddle under the tree, the spiders stop at the edge. Their blasters are still out, aimed at you, but they're scuttling at the edge of like the tree's canopy, almost like they're not quite afraid, but hesitant to come any closer.
I need to reflect the surface. Step sideways, right?
Yes. Although it is a lot easier in the Umbra, if I remember correctly. I'll say that as you guys are saying there, looking for a reflective surface, the tree itself starts dripping water from its branches, forming a pool beneath it.
I will thank the tree.
As you see this guy step out of the pool, he just gestures for you guys to go and go through the pool.
Through the pool. Do we need to roll Gnosis?
You know what? I'm gonna let you guys get through it. With everything going on, the gauntlet's not low enough that you guys are able to pass through.
Sweet.
And you're back in the real world with a bleeding, unconscious Thomas.
Actually, I don't think I'm bleeding. I think I'm smoking.
Well, yeah.
I have medicine 3.
He did go to Hamid because he passed out. He did go to Hamid, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
I am also going to Hamid.
Same.
Before
Yeah. And then I'm going to spend a Gnosis to use Mother's Touch. I believe you have to spend a Gnosis for activating it.
I think so. And it's something weird, like something empathy.
Yeah,
I think it's empathy.
Yeah, I think it's int.
And I'm going to attempt to heal Thomas. What is Thomas's rage?
Thomas's a current rage or permanent rage?
I'm checking right now.
Alright.
Because if it's current rage, it's 0. If it's permanent rage, it's 5.
So I think it's rage or 5, whichever is higher. So I guess it'd be...
Either way, just roll 5. Because for some reason it didn't pick up Mother's Touch in the gift, control effing and searching. It just picked it up in the gift list.
I got 3 successes.
Okay, so that puts him back up to aggravated.
Actually, 2 of my damage is lethal, so I think 2 of it's gone by now because we are out of combat.
Not quite now, but it's healing, and it'll be healed by the end of the scene.
Okay, so... Well, then, by the end of the scene, I'll be down to only 2 wound levels, so that's good.
And what do you guys do from here?
Get in the Jeep. Olivia, message our message. Is there Old Bridge, something like that?
Message to creepy fucker guy.
Yes. Tell him what the deal was.
Alright, she is going to tell him exactly what went down. And just like, oh man, what are these freaking like... Out of character, what is your perpetrator getting in?
3.
No, which?
Silverfang.
What is
Silverfang.
Just go rushing in without any asking questions. Put everybody else in danger.
Not the time.
Whoa.
I'll pull rank if I need to.
Yeah, she sticks her tongue out at you.
Thomas, keys.
Yeah, he'll toss the keys. And he did actually ask questions, to be fair.
She specifically said rush in without...
You also said without asking questions.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go ahead and start driving back to the sub.
So you guys are going back to the sept, right? Or are you going back to?
Let's go. Let's go into the sept. Like,
Okay.
not a good idea to show up at a nightclub with, Plasma Scar McGee over here.
This is a good idea. As you are on the edge of the, once you make it to like the Bon uneventfully, but as you are walking up to the Bon to actually enter the sept, you have a couple of guardians that show up, having clearly smelled the still smoking flesh, and they're in Hispo, and they're kind of suspicious.
Yeah,
Like
actually,
they're
he wouldn't even get onto the bond. He would stop at the edge of the bond and wait for guardians to come to him, or whichever is more appropriate, because he's worked with the warder.
Okay.
And he doesn't know if they were wormish or just weaverish. He doesn't know, so.
Do Arlette and Olivia stay at the edge of the Bon as well?
Yeah, Arlette's not really gonna let him just, wait, since he's still, he's better, but he's still kind of injured. But he'll wait. And then whenever they show up, she's just going to say, he needs a medic. Now, we will explain what happened once we have rested and healed.
Okay. So the woman that's leading the group of Garu that comes to find you is this woman, and she is wearing the armor and everything, and she walks up, here's what Arlette has to say, and then just nods to one of the other Garu, who shifts to Hamid and starts leading Thomas off towards where he can get some medical attention. And she'll just turn to Arlette and Olivia and say, do the two of you have a place to stay or not?
I've been staying on this set.
Yeah, out of character.
I think both of us have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she'll nod and she'll say, go rest. We can speak in the morning.
Arlette will nod respectfully and head to her cabin. Or tent, or whatever it happens to be.
Oh, I will fluff out the sept later. I haven't done that yet.
Fair enough.
So, is Olivia also going to go to her sleeping quarters?
Yes.
Okay.
Little camper.
All right. So we will end the scene there.
Alright.
So, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And remember, stay away from the spiders with energy cannons.